Hello, my name is Butch Knightner. I am on the WFG team, Team Valor, and it's a delight for me to be here today to share with you a little bit about my story, a little bit about my background, uh, my life up to this point, some of my experiences, and ultimately what led me to this moment where here I am speaking to you today. On this slide I've prepared, and first let me preface this by saying, don't have as many photos that go way back. I think one of my family members has a lot of them. They got them from my mom's house. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, my story is still the same, so we're not going to let that hold us up. But if you look in the top left corner there, the two people you see there, that's my father and my mother. They're both gone now, but a little bit about them, and it's going to lead into really a lot about me. They both were educators. Uh, they were educators for more than 30 some odd years, the both of them. My dad also has 13 years in the military, and awesome people. But I think I always say that teaching is a calling, and I definitely feel God called them to that profession. Um, Now, my mom comes from a line of teachers. Everyone taught just about in her family. Her mother taught for more than 50 years. Her grandfather even taught at the turn of the century. So it's in her blood. My dad was the only child. So, and both his parents, his dad worked in a mill there in Rock Hill, and my grandmother, his mother, she did a little bit of nursing and sort of aid work and just working for families and folks. Wonderful people nonetheless. Um, so, what does that have to do with me? Well, I come up in a household where education was everything I saw. And my parents didn't shut it off when they left school. They also did a lot in their community, in their churches. They were involved in every aspect of the community. And I got to grow up experiencing that. Now, I'm not the only child. I do have a sister. She's older. Her name is Barbara Peters. She's 8 years older than I am. So it was sort of like growing up as the only child. My first years, growing up to before about the time I got to being a teen, she was graduating from high school and going on to college and a host of other things at that moment. So it was sort of like, having a sister, but then all of a sudden she was gone for a while and she was only around to visit. So it was pretty cool. So I got spoiled as the only child. Um, so let's look diagonally across at the bottom there, and you see picture, and that's the wedding photo of my wife and I. That was back in 1995. She and I were married on December the 9th that day. So do simple math. We're coming up on 30 years of being married. And I will add to that, we dated for 9 years prior to that. So I always tell people my version of that story is it took a while to get her sort of domesticated where she was marriage worthy. So that's my story. She's not here to tell any different. When the opportunity comes and she's talking before you, maybe she'll tell a whole nother story. But nonetheless, that's she and I feel just as happy today as I felt that day. Now, looking back across on the left side at the bottom, you see my wife, and that's our daughter, Olivia. Now, that's an old picture. She's maybe 3 or 4 years old in that picture, and she's now 18, just to give you a point of reference. Um, Nonetheless, we had traveled to Myrtle Beach, the two of them, and it's important because it goes to the meat of why I'm standing here before you right now. So, my lovely wife, my daughter. Now, go diagonally to the top, and you see that nice big orange tiger paw there. Yes, I graduated from Clemson University. I am a Tiger. Go Tigers. Have to put my plug in. Um, but nonetheless, I am a Tiger. And my major was industrial management when I graduated. We don't even have industry no more in America. Just being a little sarcastic there. But nonetheless, industrial management, I concentrated in logistics. And I worked for the last 8 years before I came into real estate 21 years ago. I was an operations manager for a third-party logistics company. So had a whole lot of responsibility and very little pay. Sounds like the average job, doesn't it? Anyway, in the middle, you have my daughter, and this is a Halloween outfit. Is Doc McStuffins, one of her favorite cartoons or what have you. And the interesting thing about that is, if we fast forward to today, she dreamed big, and now she's in school in pre-med. She was on the president's list her first semester at University of South Carolina, and straight A's, and she looked like she's going to finish out this first year with all A's, at least the way things are going right now. So I couldn't be more proud. My wife and I are really proud. So, Doc, that's our soon to be doctor. So, and I won't give you a Bible lesson as far as Esther in the Bible, but this verse says a lot about why I'm here right now. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But you and your father's family will perish. And who knows, but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. In receiving my call from Valerie Smith, and I truly believe that God put my name on her lips to give a call, to reach out to me, to present me with the WFG opportunity. I will never forget that day. It came one day after I had prayed, asking God to just direct me further in ways that I could help others. And lo and behold, one day later, I get a call. And realtors out there know that we get solicited to all the time. But for whatever reason, when she started talking, I felt spiritually I should stay on the call. I am so glad I did. What happens after that is we meet again on Zoom. She does the KTP1. I join the company. Here we are. I'm here now and loving every minute of it. So, such a time as this, that means a lot to me, because I really feel that much of my journey in life has led to this moment here. And I think God put it right in front of me. And I'm so glad that I was open to having that conversation with her. So, got the opportunity to go to my first convention, December Synergy convention. Absolutely everything it was booked to be. Everything that it was booked to be. I came out of that convention with so much momentum, and I can't wait to get to the next one to just keep adding to that momentum. I was blessed with the opportunity to speak during that convention on one of the first days, and did a 3-minute speech. And I think the title of it was Miracles in Motion. I actually think that's going to be the name of my team, quite honestly. Think big. Here's a picture of me and my first recruit, Mr. Joseph Lark. I am so thrilled that he came. He actually made that trip to California with us, and we had an awesome time. He's in the business, growing his business. I'm getting to work with him, growing his business while I'm growing my business. It's everything that WFG is. Thanks to the amazing Valerie Smith. She still mentors, guides. Of course, she has to correct and coach and reprove me sometimes too, but that's part of it. But we're growing together. And most importantly, we're just touching so many families' lives, and I'm looking forward to where God is going to take that. Listen, I appreciate you taking time to hear me out. I pray that something of what I said may be inspiring to you and may help you go a little farther, and also realize that much of your journey, probably, for God to utilize it, it may have just been for a time like this, for such a time as this. So be blessed. Thanks a bunch.